All right, I'm going to introduce the second like special journal. This is called the cash payment journal, and we use this anytime we are paying cash for something. So we have transactions right here, and some of you might be like, well, they wrote a check. Well, what has to be behind a check has to be cash. So it's the same as paying with cash. If you write a check, or even if you play with a debit card, it's still cash. All right, so I'm gonna just put my cash payment journal down here, and then I have another document I'll look over here and read the transactions. Okay, so we wrote a check to Bilton Communication for a telephone bill. Now remember, a telephone bill is considered what type of an expense? And if you said utilities, you're right. So we're going to put in first the date. Always remember the date. October 2nd. And so what type of expense is a telephone? It's utilities expense. So our gas, electric, water would be considered a utility expense. Our check number was 521. Now in this, it looks very different than what we're used to. We have different columns. We have the general column. We have our accounts payable column. This is when we pay on our accounts payables. And then we have discounts, because sometimes you get discounts. Like if you pay off before your bill is done, then you get a discount. Sometimes you get a discount if you pay all cash. So that's what that column's for. And then the cash credit, this is the actual amount that we paid. So this one, we didn't read that we had any accounts payable. I mean, we didn't get any discounts, or it didn't say accounts payable. So we're going to just put it in general in the debit side, because it's increasing our expenses. And we're just going to put 124 credit to cash. Okay, the next one, we wrote a check on an account. So right here, I already know that it's going to go into the accounts payable column. On an account for Gregg Manufacturing Corporation, covering the purchase invoice of $532 for $1640, but we got a 2% discount because we paid it off early. Check number 522. So this one's going to get fun. We're going to do 3. We're going to do Gray Manufacturing. Put a comma in corporation. 522. Now its original price, you're going to put $1640 right here. But we need to find out our discount. So how you do that, you pull up your little calculator here. We take 1640 and we times it by 0.02, because that's the percentage, 2%, which gives us $32.80. So we get $32.80 off. So now we have to figure out how much we actually credited for cash. How much did we pay? So see, 1640 subtract 32.80, and so it's 1607 and 20 cents. All right, so that one's a little bit more entwined there. All right, the next one. We wrote a check to LP Manufacturing for merchandise with a listed price. Well, this one, if it's not on an account and we just purchased like merchandise, then we're just gonna put purchase. So we're just gonna put purchases because it's not on an account. We put in for how much, for the check number. This one didn't say anything about a discount, so we're just gonna put $15.75, and we credit cash for the same amount. Okay, the next one, we recorded a withdrawal for credit card fees from the bank account. So these are just things that happen, and they just took the money out of our bank account, so it's still a cash payment journal. So we're gonna put the 12th, and it's a credit card fee expense. And we found this out through a memorandum 77. Now, we're not going to put it in the accounts payable. We're just going to put it in the general, $64, and we credit cash for $64. Okay, the next one happens on the 16th, and we wrote a check on an account to West Supply covering the purchase number for $426. There was no discount offered. So this one's pretty easy because we're just going to put Westland Supply. We're going to put what it is, 524 was the check number. This one we put in accounts payable, and we credit cash for the exact same amount because there was no discount. Now, this next one, we're going to have to go back to what we kind of learned in chapter, it was clear back, it was petty cash. We're recording the replenish of the petty cash on October 31st. Now, on this one, you're going to have to go to your petty cash report to find out how much you actually need to, like what you need to record. You need to record the supplies to the store, and miscellaneous as well. Also, if we are cash short and over, we need to record that as well. So if you come down here, we're just going to do the exact same thing that we did in accounting 1. We're going to put in the 31st, and we're going to put in for all the things we bought with our cash. So we bought our supplies for our office, and this is all going to go under 525. We wrote a check all for 525. So we're going to do this all in one chunk. We're going to do 48.15, but we're not going to take it over here yet. We're going to keep going with all the things that we bought with our petty cash. So our supplies to our store for $57.18. We're going to do miscellaneous. We bought some bagels or whatever for $47.64, and then we have a cash short and over. And we were $1.05. Now, if we had to pay, if we got money back, then we would put it on the credit side. Okay, but we didn't. Then the last step to this is that you add up all 4 of these together and you put in what we credit for cash. So if we add up 48 and 57 for 47 and $1, it's $154.02. And that is how you record in a cash payment, that special journal. This is how you record the information. So if you need any other help, please let me know and we'll go from there. Thank you.